Hi, I'm Edward O for the Firearm blog, and I'm on the floor of SHOT Show 2017. Right now, we're in the FLIR booth, and most people, you'll know FLIR as the technology, right? The thermal imaging system, and lots of people out there are using FLIR cores, but FLIR themselves are doing more than that this year, and we're looking at some new stuff, both in thermal and in image intensified technology, the green night vision. So we've got Angelo here to run us through some of their new units.
Yes.
What do you got?
So as most of the firearms world knows, mid-year FLIR purchased Armasight. So Armasight was a long-time customer and also a competitor of sorts, but we really liked the design of their product. And the goal all along was to buy them and take their quality product and take the power of FLIR as a manufacturer to put the most advanced sensors we could into that product. So what we did this year is we rolled out 22 new products. And we're basing all these new thermal products on our new 12 micron boson detector. So it's our most powerful, smallest detector yet. And the power of that detector is going to allow us to do a lot of new things.
Right, so why is a 12 micron better?
Yeah,
like, what's the advantage in that larger sensor?
Yeah, so 12 micron's been the buzzword for a while, and what that does is allows a smaller pixel to create a smaller field of view, and in turn we're allowed to use lower size lenses, which are lighter in weight and lesser in cost. So equal performance, lighter product, low cost.
And similar kind of detection range as far as
equal detection range, or sometimes even greater,
cool.
depending on the unit. Yeah. So this is our COM. So this is a mid-range unit. It's got a 50 millimeter. We're using f1 lenses, so they're super fast lenses, and this is going to give you the ability to run it in front of your loophole, day or night use, same rifle, no re-zeroing, all of your dope remains the same, and you can go from daytime to nighttime shooting with a unit like this.
Right, and that's one of the issues that I've run into in the past when you get a dedicated rifle scope. To take it on and off your rifle, you have to start changing your cheek weld, you start changing your zero. There's a whole bunch of process that goes into that, whereas if you've got a full rail like this, and this is this a monolithic upper?
This is a monolithic, this is a Falcor, so it's rock solid, ready to go. And we do also make some alternate mounting options for bolt action rifles as well that are available through us for your 700s of the world.
So as far as magnification, right, there's a couple of different versions of this. Could I do a clip-on with like a higher magnification than a 1:6?
Yeah, you can go up. You're going to be zooming in on a screen. So at some point you will get too much optical magnification, but we do offer larger lenses on the thermal side to help you reach out. This unit easily 400 or 500 yards with a 1:6 all day long, and even more fun at night with critters running around.
One of the things that we saw over there was the Q14. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Q14 is it's a next generation version. It's our super small pocket monocular based on the 12 micron boson. 320 units going to retail for under $2,000. 640 will be out later this year, retailing for under $4,000.
Wow, yeah. And that's so. Is that going to be the idea of that system, right? Is that you can take it and build it into a monocular, a head-mounted unit, or a rifle-mounted unit? Is that sort of fair?
Yeah, so it's pretty modular. So you can put it on a Wilcox mount, run it on a helmet, use it as a handheld, or you could do some limited use on a rifle. It's a very small lens, very wide field of view, so your distance performance is going to be impacted by that.
Right, so it's going to be closer, sort of like 100 yards kind of functionality.
Yeah, definitely 100 yards and in.
You get a crosshair in it, though.
You
don't have to co-witness or anything like that.
It has its own crosshair, so you need an adapter to run it on a rail, but definitely doable.
So can you explain to me a little bit of like what's happening with Armasight? They're under FLIR now. Are they going to continue manufacturing some stuff on their own?
Yeah,
or?
Armasight is still a very strong brand. What we've done is tiered. We have Milsight on the military side.
Right.
We have the Thermasight line, and then we've got the Armasight line. So Armasight will be Gen 2, digital night vision, anything in that particular portfolio, and we continue to support that and innovate new products there as well.
Cool. So in the world of like conventional night vision, the U.S. Army standard for the longest time has been the PVS-14, which you'll recognize like the standard monocular. But here we've got something slightly different. This is a NIX-14M, and Angelo, can you tell me a little bit about this?
Yeah, so what we did is we took the same kind of basic use case as PVS-14, but we made our NIX housing. What that allows you to do is get equal performance to a 14 with a little lower cost. So we've got multiple Gen 2 and Gen 4, all the way up to white phosphor, filmless, auto-gated tubes. So you can spec that out based on your need and save quite a bit of money over a traditional PVS-14 if that's something that fits in. So a unit like this retails in a Gen 2 tube with a good quality tube, about $2,000.
Right.
And they go up from there, whereas a PVS-14, you're looking closer to $3,000.
Yeah, and if you're in Canada, a PVS-14 is like $6,000.
Yeah,
so,
and an interesting thing about Canada, so the PVS-14 housing, that's a controlled item.
Right.
It's a defense article of the U.S. government. The NIX housing is not in that same PVS housing, so there's a little more flexibility there for export.
Right.
Still controlled, but a little different.
Because it's not in active military service in the same way, even if it's built to the same spec, if it's a different dimension, and this is using a different mounting system.
So there's adapters to go to a dovetail, whatever you might want to do.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the quarter 20 like a 14, but we do sell adapters.
And does this run off a CR123 and a AA?
This one is 123s.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
So, anyway, it's a good option for the night vision world.
So this unit here is, I would say massive. Is massive a reasonable word for it?
It's large.
It's impressive.
It's very large, yeah.
Yeah, start me out with this rifle, right? Because this is not a conventional rifle, and then walk me up to that optic on top.
Yeah, this is not conventional per se. It's a new Falcor with their Dracos barrel, so it's a new composite material barrel, new out this year, but very easy to rifle, to shoot, even with the large size. But sitting on top there, this is our Pro model Thermasight. So this unit is 50 cal, recoil tested, submersible to 30 feet, full Bluetooth control, and also has the large 100 millimeter lens. With this sensor that's inside here, you're looking about a 3.5 degree field of view. So very long shots, 1,000 yards is doable with this.
That's what I was going to say, is break it down for me in terms of like yardage to a man-sized target or like a hog-sized target.
Yeah. So silhouette IPSC size steel, you can get out to 1,000 with a little Kentucky windage. There is ballistic reticles, but it's definitely going to be your long-range game. Shooting at 100 yards with this is going to be a little much.
And it looks like there's a remote operation set up here. Yep. Is that the idea?
So the remote is attaches via rail, so you can put it up on the fore end, on the side of the scope. The same buttons here are the same buttons here.
So it's mirrored, like it's
mirrored.
Yeah,
your power, your menus, and everything without removing from the rifle. So you don't have to get off your cheek weld, your position to control the unit.
Very neat.
Said this is going to be your mil-spec, aluminum, U.S. made, good to go, rock solid.
I got to ask, what's your MSRP on something like that?
It all depends how far you want to see. So lens and sensor are going to drive that cost. You're upwards of $9,000 to $11,000 for a unit like this.
Right.
And then a few more dollars for a rifle such as this. So.
Yeah.
But money can buy happiness, and this is proof.
Thank you very much for that, Angelo. I always love night vision and thermal technology. It's something that I've been playing with for years and years, and it's cool to see new stuff coming out in that field. We'll have more coverage from the floor of SHOT Show all week this week.